Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another book review here at the Shadow and Sun Show. Today I'm doing what I thought was going to be an inspirational reading from the Dungeon Master's Guide, but apparently this particular book series was not in the Dungeon Master's Guide, and I think that was a huge mistake by the part of Gary Gygax and company. Today's book is, as you can see from the title of this video, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Now, I ordered this book series a couple of weeks ago on eBay, and it is still yet to show up, even though a lot of the other orders I've made have shown up since then. So I went and looked for a free-to-read version on the internet, and I found this instead, which was an audiobook reading by the world famous Michael York, who you guys may remember from Logan's Run, Babylon 5, and things like that. Hugely successful actor who I never would have pictured narrating this book, but yet it was in fact him, and he did a bang up job, an absolutely marvelous job. Now, a lot of you folks may be thinking, The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, isn't that a kid's book? Yeah, it actually is, but I want to, remind everybody that most of us here watching and playing Dungeons and Dragons and a lot of other role-playing games got our start, when we were 12, 13, 14 years old. Some of us obviously older, but personally I started about the age of 12, I think. I was in middle school when I started playing, and I remember reading these books probably even before then. And so when, people were describing Dungeons and Dragons, often they would, bring up these books. And these books, there's, I believe, 7 books in the series, and I was only able to read up to the 4th book. And the Voyage of the Dawn Treader, which I believe is book 3, was actually really, really influential, and inspiring for me. As some of you may know, I really love Adventures on the High Seas. Those are probably my favorite ways to play Dungeons and Dragons. The party has a ship. They go island hopping, explore the ruined temples and different islands, in said adventures that I will run, and I'm going to be running real soon. And this series of books, I want you guys to think, especially those of you who have children, this is a great gateway to get them, to understand the concept of these kinds of games that we play. Because I know a lot of you do actually have children. Maybe they're a little bit too young to be rolling dice and risking a character's lives, and are not ready to face the consequences of death of a character that they have played and things like that. So these stories here will hopefully, if you guys read them or watch the movies. My son and I actually watched the movie. Jeez, I can't hold this up today. About a year ago, and we really enjoyed it. And I know there's some reasons why some folks might not like these books, but if you just suspend your disbelief for various reasons that you may dislike the books, they're really a wonderful way to get the little guys and girls interested in this sort of a story. For me, I really enjoyed that aspect of the kids going to a fantasy world and all of their adventures, especially in the first book. I knew what was going to happen. I'd read the story several times before, and watched the movies, and I knew what was going to happen, and that didn't detract me from enjoying this. But listening to this exact version, and I'm going to pull up what channel it is, so if you guys are interested in listening to this version, maybe even listening to it with your children instead of reading them that bedtime story, it's ECANUS, The Scribe. And I know that they have all of the books on their channel, and I'm actually going to listen to them. Probably not today. I have some things to do, and it's Wednesday, so Tankar is going to have a nice long video. And I have some painting to do and some other things to do. But give this guy or at least this channel a look, see, listen to if you want to hear a fantastic narration of these books. Michael York was really good, not just at the basic parts of the story, the narration, but all of the character voices, from the little boys and the little girls even, all the way up to Aslan. He did a phenomenal job of bringing to life the characters and the whole story. And I absolutely had a wonderful time listening to it. It was really only, I think, about 4.5 hours of listening, but they're short books, they're kids' books, but in a lot of ways they have some very endearing and helpful ideas for different aspects of magic. And I can't help but think that Gygax and Arneson had to have read these books at some point in their life when they were making Dungeons and Dragons, because, or vice versa, maybe C.S. Lewis had played Dungeons and Dragons or was familiar with the game. But the both are so intertwined in their details and their telling of the adventure and the story that I really think you guys will, young and old, get a kick out of these stories, appreciate them at least as much as I did, which, I'm pretty open-minded, and I really did, enjoy it. I recommend it. And if you guys have read it, feel free to leave some comments in the comment section, why you liked it, why you didn't like it. I can imagine, reasons why you didn't, for some folks out there. But for us here at the Shadow and Sun Show, we really liked it. We will be back tomorrow with the big craft of the month. So Armstrong, if you're listening, get ready tomorrow night. That's the big show for our big craft of the month. And then, of course, Friday I'll be doing part 9 of the Arduin first run, the legacy books, and I will finish up that series. I think this month, but maybe not. I might have to carry it over to next month, but I will be doing book 9 this Friday. Until then, folks, have a great day. We love you guys, and we'll hope to hear from you real soon. Good night.